The boy stood alone behind the stage curtain, clutching a torn backpack so tightly that his knuckles had turned white, as if it were the last piece of the world he still owned, and in a way it was, because inside that bag were all the memories he had left of his mother, his old neighborhood, and the life that had once felt safe before it disappeared. And as the distant murmur of the audience rolled like thunder through the theater, he closed his eyes and whispered a promise to himself that if he was given even one chance, he would use his voice not just to sing, but to be heard, because being heard was something he had almost forgotten what it felt like. His name was Eli Carter, a quiet 16-year-old boy from a forgotten town in Ohio, a place where factories once buzzed with life but now sat abandoned, and where people learned early how to survive on hope when everything else was gone. Eli had grown up in a tiny one-room apartment with peeling wallpaper and a single window that barely let the sun in, but his mother, Sarah, used to say that even the smallest window was enough for dreams to escape through if you believed hard enough. She had been his entire world, working 2 jobs and still finding time every night to sit beside him and listen as he sang old songs from a cracked radio, her tired eyes glowing with pride as she told him his voice was a gift meant to travel far beyond those broken walls. But life, as it often does, had other plans, and when Sarah fell ill, the hospital bills swallowed what little they had, leaving Eli to learn too early what it meant to choose between food and medicine, until one quiet winter morning, she slipped away holding his hand, leaving him with nothing but her final words echoing in his heart, "Don't let the world silence you." After that, Eli bounced between foster homes, carrying his backpack like a shield and his songs like a secret, until he saw an audition ad for a famous talent show, promising one chance to be seen, one chance to be more than invisible, and with nothing else to lose, he decided to try. Now, as his name was called and the curtain slowly opened, revealing bright lights and thousands of watching eyes, his heart pounded so loudly he was sure everyone could hear it, and for a moment he almost turned back, but then he remembered his mother's smile and stepped forward. The judges looked up, curious but reserved, as they had seen thousands of hopefuls come and go, but something about the way Eli stood, small, nervous, yet quietly determined, made even the skeptical judge lean forward slightly. When asked what he would sing, Eli swallowed and said softly, "This song is for my mom," and in that simple sentence was a lifetime of love, loss, and longing. As the first notes left his lips, the room changed, because his voice was not just beautiful, it was raw, trembling with emotion, each word carrying the weight of nights spent alone and dreams kept alive by faith alone, and the audience slowly fell silent, as if afraid that even a breath might break the fragile magic he was creating. Halfway through the song, Eli's voice cracked, and tears streamed down his face, but instead of stopping, he sang through them, pouring every ounce of pain and hope into the melody, and that was the moment when something extraordinary happened, because the judges weren't just hearing him, they were feeling him, remembering their own losses, their own forgotten dreams, and the ways kindness had once saved them when nothing else could. In the crowd, a woman held her son's hand tighter, a man wiped away a tear, and even the toughest judge felt a lump in his throat, realizing that this boy was not there to win fame, but simply to be understood. When the song ended, the silence was so deep it felt like the world itself was holding its breath, until one judge slowly stood up and said, "Eli, you didn't come here with nothing. You came here with a heart full of truth," and before anyone could say another word, he reached for the golden buzzer. The moment it was pressed, golden confetti rained down like a miracle, and Eli fell to his knees, overwhelmed, as the audience erupted into applause so loud it shook the walls, and in that instant, it felt as if his mother was there too, smiling, finally knowing her boy had been heard. But the true magic wasn't the buzzer or the confetti, it was what happened next, when one of the judges walked over and gently helped Eli to his feet, telling him that his courage had reminded them why they started believing in people in the first place, and that his story would now inspire millions who thought they had nothing left. Eli left the stage not as a forgotten boy from a broken town, but as a symbol of what happens when someone dares to share their heart, proving that even those who come with nothing can leave with something priceless, hope. And as he stepped into his new future, he realized that the greatest gift he had received wasn't fame or applause, but the chance to turn his pain into light for others, fulfilling his mother's final wish and showing the world that kindness, compassion, and the power of a single voice can change everything.